All right, I invite you to please get your seats, and we will start with the beautiful music of our Unity Band, led by our Assistant Music Director, Vivian Martin.
Great, thanks Susan. Good morning everybody. We're just going to play something while everyone gets settled. I have come here seeking freedom. I have come here seeking peace. I have come here to go deeper to the truest part of me, and it's here in this place. I can see it on each face. Yes, it's here where we are. I can feel it in my heart. I can feel it in my heart. Oh, something wonderful is happening here today. Something wonderful is happening here. Yes, it's true. It's my spirit shining through. Oh, something is happening here. Here to remember who I truly am inside. I have come here to reset. I no longer have to hide. I can let go. I can let my feelings show. In this place, I can show my spirit's face. I can show my spirit's face. Oh, something wonderful is happening here. Something wonderful is happening here. Yes, it's true. It's my spirit shining. Something wonderful is happening here. I once knew all things I have been through. Now I see, yes, it's clear. Every step has led me here. And this here in this room, that I'll find my deep room. Yes, it's here. I just know that I'll find my spirit's home. I'll find my spirit's home. Something something wonderful is happening here today. And it's true. It's my spirit shining. Something wonderful is happening today. Oh, something wonderful. Good morning. Good morning. Now we all get to stand up and exercise. if you want, we're going to do One Great Power. Having a bit of a malfunction with my equipment. That's okay. We'll figure it out. All right. One great power. One great love. Big as the ocean and the skies above. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Yeah. Shining in the world like a beacon in the night. There is just one power we all can share. One great power everywhere. One great power, one great love. Big as the ocean and the skies above. One great spirit waiting in prayer. One great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. There is just one purpose, just one spark, burning in our souls like a candle in the dark. There is just one chorus we all can sing. One great power, let it ring. One great power, one great love. Big as the ocean and the skies above. One great spirit waiting in prayer. One great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. Oh, one great power, one great love. Big as the ocean and the skies above. One great spirit waiting in prayer. One great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. Woo! All right. You can remain standing, you can sit, whatever you want to do. This next song is I Am Spirit.
This is a good one to do yoga to.
Well, if you're inclined, if you're so inclined, please, sure. Though I have eyes, I am not what I see. Though I have ears, I am not what I hear. Though I have hands, I am not a human doing. I'm a spirit being in human form. Oh, I am spirit. I am spirit. I am spirit wrapped in human form. Oh, I am spirit. I am spirit, and I exist beyond this human form. Though I have feet, I am not where I have been. Though I have thoughts, I am not what I think. Though I may feel, well, I am not my feelings. I'm a spirit being in human form. I am spirit. I am spirit. I am spirit wrapped in human form. Oh, I am spirit. I am spirit, and I exist beyond this human form. All the voices. I am spirit. I am spirit wrapped in human form. I am spirit. I am spirit, and I exist beyond this human form. singing, everybody. Good singing.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Unity of Calgary, all you beautiful, shining spirits. Whether you are here in person, in our room together, or you are joining us online, a big warm welcome to you. I'm so delighted to see some faces and some beautiful souls that I haven't seen in a very long time. And I see that we've got some brand new faces as well. So this is really beautiful and awesome on this August long weekend. It is the long weekend, right? Okay, I don't know about you, but I've been disconnected from time and calendars and schedules, and I don't know what's going on. We'll have to see about that. My name is Susan Cullen. I'm part of the spiritual leadership team here at Unity of Calgary. And for those of you who are new or may not have been here for a long time, just a reminder that wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are always welcome here at Unity of Calgary. I have to say it was very delightful at the very beginning when everybody was doing so much chatting and getting together again, and it really is beautiful to be in spiritual community. So let's begin with an affirmative prayer. I invite you just to gently close your eyes, to take your awareness within, to be present here and now in this moment. With each breath in, becoming more and more present to yourself, to your body, to this experience here this morning. And I invite you to affirm with me for yourself. When life is showing up in ways that I didn't want, I didn't anticipate, I take a deep breath in and go to that place of inner wisdom. For it is from this place within that is grounded in love, that I am able to navigate my next step as I move forward in my life. And so it is. And I invite you to affirm our statement of being, which is the statement of why it is we gather in spiritual community, because we know that we are so much stronger and more powerful when we do. We are here as love to celebrate the one power, the one presence in our lives, in this unity, and in the universe. And I'd like to invite Lisa Balfour to come up and read our daily word. And as a test for those of you watching here in the room, this is not the daily word, this is last week's daily word. So we're having a repeat, so I invite you not to look at the slide, but instead just to listen to what Lisa is going to share.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it really is. So the word is radiance. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. That is John 1:5, and radiance. The Christ presence within is my radiant source of good. On a clear day, when a stray cloud passes across the sun, I notice the suddenly diminishing light. Then looking up, see brilliant rays of sunshine surrounding the cloud. Instead of hiding the sun, the cloud helps me see and appreciate the sun's radiance. As the sun lights up the earth and it is the source of its energy, the Christ The divine presence within me is my light and the source of everything that I need in order to live brilliantly and joyfully. When, like a passing cloud, an obstacle or challenge along my path may seem to diminish my Christ light, I respond by looking up, by raising my point of view. I am reassured and strengthened, knowing that the divine radiance is shining as brightly as ever. No cloud can dim the divine light in me. And a repeat, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. John 1:5.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Lisa. And for those of you who noticed, we have our bulletin board back, which means we have our Daily Word sign-up sheet. So if you would like to be one of our Daily Word readers, we would love to have you come and share your voice and your presence in this way. So of course, it's out there in the hallway. And if you want to get it every single day, you can see it on our website, and you can also sign up for it electronically. And if you want that little physical book to have in your hands and put in your purse or your pocket, you can also get that from Unity Worldwide. All right, we are part of a worldwide Unity movement, and there's almost 900 centers around the world, and we are all bringing the same message of inspiration and knowing who we truly are. I invite you to affirm with me the vision that is our worldwide vision that we adopted also here at Unity of Calgary. We envision a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And how we do that here at Unity of Calgary is captured by our mission statement, which guides all of the activities and what we do here at Unity of Calgary. I invite you to affirm with me. We are a welcoming, vibrant, spiritual community that inspires hearts and transforms lives by expressing our divine essence. So if that is a desire that you have in your heart, then we are delighted to have you here with us today. So some upcoming events and things that are happening that I will let you know about. Next Sunday, our speaker is, it's me. I guess I better get on that. No, I'm just teasing. So our theme this month is Divine Will. And I have to say, as I've been sitting with this, it's been an interesting journey. So what I decided to title my talk was, It's Time to Grow Up. How's that for being just slightly provocative? Where it came from was just in sitting with this, what is it that's going on now, and what is it that we are being called to? So those are the questions that I'm going to look at next week with looking at this journey in a little more depth. And how do we then use our divine will to guide us and lead us forward? So that's what's coming up next Sunday morning. Coffee chats in the park. I just got a notice that it is not happening tomorrow. I guess because of the long weekend, they're taking a week off. So if you want to go and have some time on your own in the park, we will be reconvening the following Monday. And I'm guessing, it did get in there. Okay, the slideshow is we'll just say not 100% today. Remember what I said about when things in life are showing up in ways that you don't expect? Yeah, okay, here we go. We are going to have our Unity Spiritual Cinema once again. And this is the movie that we had planned to show in the month that we got locked down in March 2020. So we are very excited, and I haven't actually seen the movie yet. I'm gonna pre-screen it, but just based on the trailers, it looks like it's going to be even more relevant to what's going on today. So it looks at this peace project that was brought into prisons to find out what happens when we cultivate that place of inner peace. Even those who are locked up, presumably because of the crimes that they have committed in a non-peaceful state, presumably. So I invite you to join us. It's going to be on Sunday afternoon, August 29th at 2:30. It's a suggested love offering of $10, and it's just going to be pay at the door. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So where to find us? There's all kinds of places. We have our website, our Instagram page, Facebook, YouTube, and of course the most up-to-date information comes into your email inbox once a week with our newsletter. So if you haven't signed up for that, I invite you to look at doing that. You can just go to the website, and there's a place where you can just put in your information, and it will all arrive into your email inbox. All right, how about some more music with Vivian and the band?
Yeah, let's do it. This is a song that's been on my wish list for, I can't even remember how long now, and I found it in a file. And it's a song by Serena Ryder, and it's called Last Night I Had the Strangest Dream. Last night I had the strangest dream I ever dreamed before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. I dreamed I saw a mighty room filled with women and men, and the paper they were signing said they'd never fight again. And when the paper was all signed, 1,000,000 copies made, they all joined hands and bowed their heads, and grateful prayers were prayed. And the people in the streets below were dancing round and round, and the swords and guns and uniforms were scattered on the ground. And when the paper was all signed and 1,000,000 copies made, they all joined hands and bowed their heads, and grateful prayers were prayed. And the people in the streets below were dancing round and round, and the swords and guns and uniforms were scattered on the ground. Last night I had the strangest dream I ever dreamed before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war.
Nice song.
Wow, wasn't that powerful? Thank you, Vivian. I think there's always times when it's so great to have like a whole band and tons of music, and sometimes the truth of a song just needs simplicity of a simple guitar. And I think that was a beautiful example of that. Thank you, Vivian. Wow, I would love to have that dream. Actually, I would love to have that dream come true, wouldn't we all? All right, so before we get into our speaker today, we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to begin with our meditation. So Vivian is going to lead us with a chant. I will do a guided meditation, and then Vivian will bring us back out again with a chant.
Yes, and it's called Here and Now, and we've done this one before, and we've done it without the lyrics up, so it's pretty simple. Here and now I am peace. Here and now I am love. Here and now I am joy. Here and now. And then you are peace, you are love, you are joy. We are peace, we are love, we are joy. Here and now I am peace. Here and now I am love. Here and now joy. I am joy. Here and now. Here and now you are peace. Here and now you are love. Here and now you are joy. Here and now. Here and now we are peace. Here and now we are love. Here and now we are joy. Here and now.
And taking a deep breath in and letting it go all the way out. And taking another deep breath in, and this time holding it with your lungs full for just a few seconds. And then once again releasing that air completely. With each breath deepening more into the awareness of this moment. And I invite you to take your awareness to your heart. Your beautiful beating heart. And just express gratitude. For it is working for you 24/7. No matter what's going on, if you're awake or asleep, in a peaceful moment or a stressful one. And taking another deep breath in, I want you to imagine that you are breathing through your heart chamber, that the air is moving in and out. With each breath, becoming more and more coherent once again. And And imagining now that you have roots growing from the soles of your feet down into Mother Earth. Deep, deep, deep down through all the layers of the earth, down to her crystal core. And from that place of connection rises her love, her support up those roots. Feel that beautiful connection and support of Mother Earth as her love rises up those roots through your feet into your body, igniting a wave of love vibration that begins to rise with each breath in. Rising up, through your heart chamber, up into your head, until finally at your crown chakra it opens it up like a flower, allowing the beautiful divine healing energy and wisdom of the universe to begin pouring in. Feel it rain down upon you, igniting every cell. Feeling yourself as the love that you are. Imagining that you are actually feeling the connection of all of who you are with all of existence. For the wisdom of the entire universe resides within you. Know that you are love. Know that you are peace. Know that you are joy. When you consciously will it to be so. Feel that possibility within you. And as you do, I invite you to feel it grow stronger. For here and now, and in every moment going forward, this is what's possible for you.
Here and now, I am peace. Here and now, I am love. Here and now, I am joy. Here and now. Here and now, you are peace. Here and now, you are love. Here and now, you are joy. Here and now. Here and now, we are peace. We are peace. Here and now, we are love. We are love. Here and now, we are joy. Here and now. Here and now.
All right, and from this place of open to receive the love and the message, we are so delighted that Reverend Doug Craig is here to share his wisdom with us once again. He has been, actually, how long have you been speaking at Unity of Calgary?
About 16 years with,
Yeah,
with 1 year off.
Okay,
I
so
wasn't doing well.
okay, 16 years with 1 year off, and I've been here 15 years. So you've been here the whole time since I've been here. He has been on the New Thought movement path for over 40 years. He always has amazing wisdom to share. Those who have deep experience have deep wisdom, and I think Reverend Doug Craig has some of the deepest. So please help me welcome Reverend Doug Craig.
Thank you, Susan. That was a wonderful introduction. It's funny, after 16 years, how everybody has to come up with something to say the same way, a little bit different in their own unique way. And they always manage to do that, too, because it comes out through the personality. So, we're talking about the will. And I think we need to get some deeper understanding. The affirmation of the month is, I use my power of will to choose, to commit, and to be willing. So I think there's a lot of misunderstanding around this concept, because the way we tend to look at this is we want to not only take the human aspect, we want to embody and encompass the spiritual. So the first idea I want to talk about is the physical will or personal versus the spiritual will or the universal will. And we got to get off this podium and topic and point where, oh, if God is willing, it'll happen for me. Anybody ever say that before? Next time you do it, give yourself a smack just to get, no, it's not like that. Or if it's God's will, or if something happens and you don't know or understand, it must have been God's will. Anybody use any of that kind of stuff? There's the spiritual or universal will that is constant and consistent, and whether we know it or not, it's working through us all the time. We can't stop it. It's there. However, we can miss the point of it and not be able to utilize its availability. God's will, the universal will for us, is to have peace, prosperity, fulfillment, and happiness in everything that's good. That's it. However, what we take from the pot is ours. And then there's the human will. And that's how we choose to use our mind. How we direct it versus how we try to control. Anybody here got any control issues? You're trying to will things to happen. We try to will things to happen. And I had a really good example of that yesterday about will. I'm undergone a dilemma right now. Football season starts next weekend. And I was been informed a while back that after over 63 years of going to football games, I can't have a ticket. I can't have a ticket. There's no more tickets. That's what I said. Look, you see some of the expressions on people's faces. Whoa, I gotta have a mobile phone. Okay, so, I guess it's not a big deal for some people, but it is for me. So my mind's going there, and the will within us is taking it from that and directing it to solution. Okay, so I go to solution. Then I have to get through my ego first that, I don't really need to call. I might be able to figure this out myself, blah, blah. Panic, blah, blah, panic. No, I'm going to call. So I called, and I got my account. I got everything all there, and I just said, I just need somebody to kind of talk my way through it. And he says, sir, for people like you, we have a special thing that even if it don't work, you can go over to the office and they'll print you a ticket just for the game. So, oh, okay, well, that made me feel a bit better. But he talked me through the whole thing. A real nice young man, eh? Really nice young man. And then we got to the end of him, and I asked him this interesting question. Have you been getting lots of calls? He says, loads of them. We're really busy with this same question. I said, are a lot of them old people? He said, well, we do have a few younger ones calling too. So it's all the people that are my age, maybe a little bit younger or older, that are all panicking about this electronic ticket thing. Isn't that interesting? And they say, well, you could just download it to your Apple account. I don't have it. I have Android. Well, I guess all young people just have Apple. He didn't know what to tell me then. Okay, he said, well, they got something, I think. It's just a funny conversation. But you see, if we don't take charge of our will and direct our mind where we want it to go, not trying to control things, not trying to control outcomes, but we direct our will to go towards finding a creative solution rather than full tilt panic. And I found a creative solution, and I'm feeling marginally better about it, but I still am not comfortable, but I'm going to go for it on Saturday. But you see, that happens all the time with us. So what we want to do is we want to learn to exercise our human responsibility and direct our energy and attention to where we want it to go, and not try to control certain things or certain situations. It's like being on a ship or in a car. Well, it doesn't matter what you want to do, you got to steer the car, right? We steer the car. I remember being a parent with children, and by the time I figured it out, they were gone. So I got to work it out on my grandchildren, okay? Oh, no, really. I mean, grandparents are absolutely brilliant compared to parents. That's because you got lots of hardcore examples. And so with the grandchildren, you see, I understand this concept of will. We and Anna and I do the same, that we can't control a darn thing. So we got to get off of that point, and what we do is we work at steering them, because they listen to us and we steer them. We never make any decisions for them, but we give them all the tools and support to make their own decision and support them in whatever it is, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, because that's part of learning, huh? You know, people say, oh, Reverend Doug, you sure have a lot of wisdom, and that was, Susan said, practicing it. And you know, I become kind of a master, but the difference is between beginning and where I'm at is I failed way more times than most people have ever tried when they're starting, right? And that's what you learn. You learn that, and that's not a bad thing. It's just the way it is. Long as you learn. And it's all about taking what your initial perception is, sit back, look, and see where you want to go with it. And then you know that, and then allow yourself to be inspired, guided, and directed from within. Oh, that's called surrender. I think step 3 said that. Make a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understand Him, her, or whatever. A lot of us know that step. If you don't, you need to get to it, because when we surrender, we're not giving up anything to anybody else. We're surrendering to that higher power within us and saying we want to have God's will working clearly through us by means of us without the distortions that have been placed before it by our human experience. And that's part of healing. That's part of moving forward. That's part of being willing. And the Last Supper, when Jesus was going through the drill and routine there, and he got down on his knees and he prayed. He said, not my will, but thine will be done. He's saying, I'm taking it out of the human and allowing the spiritual to work through me to guide me, because I will come up with the right solutions in the right ways by doing that. So we got to really practice that. And Charles Fillmore talks about it. He said it's very similar to the understanding. And when we really get the concept of will and understanding is not until we can practice it at a deeper level do we really get it. However, the journey is that we take the steps to get ourselves to that understanding. Now I'm going to go to the second point. I only got one rule with respect to this. And you know, I've been working on this one for the better part of my whole entire journey. And every now and again I just take it away and I don't think about it for a while, and it seems to come back. And it's called think before you talk or act. Think before you talk or act. I got to tell you, and you don't have to worry about a test to see how well you're doing, because it's coming. One way or another, it's coming. It always does. And the statement I had on my wall years, I just love it. It's easy to say the right thing all of the time. The trick is to resist saying the wrong thing at the tempting moment. Anybody ever say, I wish I wouldn't have said that? You know, being the kind of a guy that I am, which is a little bit direct, if you haven't noticed, and to the point, every now and again I got, in my 31-year career at teaching at SAIT, I got a little over enthusiastic about how I responded to certain situations with a student in the classroom. And of course, got a complaint filed, and usually happened once a year. I just needed it for some reason. And so I had to go and deal with it. And I know how to deal with stuff like that because I was really good at saying the wrong thing at the tempting moment and having to go clean up all the time. Especially when I first got into it, it was quite a constant, you know. Because I never really bothered about it before, because if you didn't like it, well, that was too bad. Now, if you didn't like it, it's still not too bad, but I want you to not like it because it's valuable, not because I'm being one of those people that shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff, right? So it's really important that we think before we talk and act. It just saves so much trouble. I got a lot of stories I could tell you about that. I'll tell you one after my first football game. I got football stories. So the last idea here to explore is willpower versus won't power. And I want to say something about the way we use will. Oh, anybody ever say, I will do that one day? Anybody ever say that? Or when you're doing your prayer, I know that divine right action is mine, and I will be happy. I will be prosperous. I will be physically good and mentally good. Anybody ever do something like that? You better be real clear about what you're saying. What you're saying is, I'm not that right now, and I don't want to be that. I always want to be in a position of wanting to be like that. And guess what? If you wonder why it's not working, check out to see how much will you got in there. Because actually it can be working by appearing not to work because you don't want it to be that way. You want it to be in the process of being that way. Be very careful about using that, especially with people like us, because we know the power that flows through us and how creative and how good it is. Yeah. And then quit putting restrictions on it. Quit saying, oh, well, I'll do that when I have money. Anybody ever say that? I'll do it when I got money. Boy, you know, that one is the biggest limitation that you can ever put upon yourself, because maybe you could, like if it's a trip, you might win a trip. Maybe somebody will take you on a trip. Or when I got rid of the money thing, what happened to me, you would not believe how many trips to different cities and places that I got paid to go to. But did I ever think that that could happen? No. The most important thing out of all of this is what Dr. Ernest Holmes said in page 193 of the textbook, my favorite. He said, the imagination is creative, the will is directive. Though we decide just what we wish to have done, the will holds attention to the mental viewpoint until the creative power has time to work through the law of unfoldment. So he's talking about using our mind the directive way, setting goals, setting destinations, making plans, maybe even analyzing and trying to figure things out. Not too much, but, setting the mind where we want to go. He then says we may wish, on the other hand, to draw some information to ourselves. The will then holds to the idea that we are receiving the desired information. This is the second way that you use this in the will. It's called the receptive quality of mind. It's asking a question and getting an answer. By the way, we already know this and we already believe this, and everybody here sees regularly how that works, but nobody thinks anything about it, and nobody actually practices it by trying to ask the universe a question. How does it work? Oh, I think I'll call somebody. I haven't talked to them for a long time, and you think about them. Did they call you? You can't remember somebody's name 2 days later in the shower, not paying attention, and boom, there it pops into your mind, right? I remember when I first found that out, back in the days when you had to pay for long distance, and I had a lot of kids, and I wanted to talk to people, but they weren't there, so I just focused on talking to them, and they always called. They said, your name just popped into my mind. And I saved a lot on phone bills. Okay, so you got to ask the right question. This is the thing. Don't ask, what the hell's wrong with me? Well, we can make a list and check it twice here. Is what do I need to know about myself to move forward and beyond this experience? Then watch out. Never ask unless you want to know the answer, folks. Never. I got to tell you, you'll get the answer. Sometimes it might not come the way you want. Or that's directive or receptive, or it can become active or receptive, or it may pass into a state of neutral contemplation, where its purpose is merely to sense the wonders of the spiritual life. But in no case does the will become creative. It's not creative. It's all of those three things. And that last one we call contemplative, that lovely meditation that Susan did, and while she was doing it, I don't know what happened to me, but I saw this guy making a giant scone, and when she was getting excited there, this big damn scone started growing. And don't ask me what that was about. I have to think about that, but that was really neat while you were going through that. And it was right in line with what she was saying. So the contemplative, and it could be meditation, it could be prayer, it could be affirmations, or it could be with me when I'm in the mountains. Guess where I'm at? I'm right there, contemplating. I don't think about nothing else except, isn't this great? Okay? So there's a lot of ways we could do it. So the most important thing is to utilize all three qualities, the directive, the contemplative, and really working at using the receptive. That's asking the question and watching for the answer to come. It could come in a coincidence, word, unusual thought, unusual time, drama. A drama, yes, it can. Or it could come in a dream or an event. You just got to learn how to interpret the results. So work with that and know that it's not about control. It's about taking charge and willing the direction you want your mind to go in based on the experience one desires to have. We don't make it happen. We create an avenue through which it can happen. And I know for myself, as I know for each one, that in the words of Emerson, we know this and live this and accept this, that we are both an inlet and an outlet of God. And so it is. And thank you. Whee! Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Oh, over there. Okay.
So good. I'd like to hear some of those stories one day. Maybe we could do story time with Rev Doug.
Have you got 2 weeks? You have to give me a
It
category.
could be one of the Unity courses. Oh, well, last night I was invited to go somewhere, and I started writing this song. And so I ended up going into this time warp. And yeah, and I was surprised where the song went. It's a little darker than what I usually write. And I got to a place where I had the grandkids stay over the night before, and I thought, I just love them. I love them to bits. There's nothing about them, the messy, the whatever's going on, I still love them. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be wonderful if I did that with me? The messy, the I don't know about any of you, but I know once in a while I get to wrestle in the mud. And so last night I was like, it feels like those parts of me that I want to push down and shove down, they're part of me. And I get to hug them, and I get to love on them, and I get to honor them. And even though, in my head it's like, it's wrong, it's bad, it's tragic, it's sad, it's the hurt, it's the shame, it's the guilt and the blame. And realizing that those are stepping stones. They're stepping stones. And they're stepping stones into my shadow, which I get to embrace. And so this is the song that came out of that. Okay. Cool? Yeah? Where do I stand in the unfolding tale of me? Why move at all when it's heavy? Oh, so heavy. How do I pray in the game of push and pull? Who will I be when love keeps calling? Oh, love keeps calling. Every turn I take leads to hate or grace. Oh, the bids are rising above. Yes, I keep rising above. All the wrongs, all the bads, all the tragic, all the sads, all the hurts, all the shame, all the guilt, and all the blame. All the wrongs, all the bads, all the tragic, all the sads, all the hurts, all the shame, all the guilt, and all the blame. Just stepping stones. Oh, just stepping stones. every turn I take. Leads to hate or grace. All the bits are rising above. Yes, they're rising above. All the wrongs, all the bads, all the tragic, all the sads, all the hurts, all the shame, all the guilt, and all the blame. All the wrongs, all the bads, all the tragic, all the sads, all the hurts, all the shame, all the guilt, and all the blame. All the wrongs, all the bads, all the tragic and the sads, all the hurts, all the shame, all the guilt, and all the blame. Just stepping stones. Are just stepping stones into the shadows of me, into the shadows of me, into the shadow of me. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Vivian. And you wrote that last night? And the band learned it this morning?
Yeah. A little darker than what I usually write, but that's what needed to come out, so it got to come out. Yeah.
You know what? We don't know the light unless we know the darkness. Right?
Rich.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Katie.
Yes, and I would say
Rich,
deep.
dark chocolate.
Yes. That's right. Rich dark chocolate. There we go. There we go. Rich and deep. And Reverend Doug, thank you so much. Will is an interesting spiritual power, isn't it? It's one that I find is probably the most paradoxical in terms of all the spiritual powers. So thank you for laying the groundwork for next week. So stay tuned for next week. I'm gonna build on what Reverend Doug has begun. So, all right. So now we enter the time of conscious giving. Together, using our time, our talent, and our treasure, we create this beautiful space where we can come together, and the ability to broadcast to those who aren't able to come in person, wherever you are in the world, whether you're in the city or outside the city or halfway around the world. Together, all of us make it possible for this to happen. This is a community-driven spiritual community. So there's many ways that you can make your financial offering. You can send an e-transfer. You can go to our website and click the donate button. For those of you who are here, we have our offering envelopes and of course our open heart containers. And if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, you can always send a check in the mail. We will receive it, and that works too. Our address is on our website, unityofcalgary.org. And yeah, I guess that's all I want to say about that at the moment. So let's get our bodies moving a little bit. I invite you to stand as we sing our offering song, Give with an Open Heart.
With an open heart. Oh, I'm gonna give with an open heart. I am grateful for this moment. I am grateful for my life. And I trust that a higher power will always be there to provide. And that's why I give with an open heart. Well, that's why I give with an open heart. Well, I place my faith in the Spirit, and I welcome each and every day. When I let go of all my troubles and worries, I knew abundance always comes my way. And that's why I give with an open heart. And that's why I give with an open heart. Oh, I'm gonna give with an open heart. And that's why I give with an open heart.
Please, is this on? Please join with me as we put an extra special blessing on this morning's offering. Thank you very much. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Cecil, member of our spiritual leadership team. That's okay. You can always come up afterwards and put it in. I know we're still getting used to this opening thing, and we're like, do we pass the basket? Do we not pass the basket? I don't know. When should we start passing the basket? do we leave it at the back? What do we do? So, yes, bear with us as we reintegrate back into, I don't know, is it normal now? It's like, anyway, new way of being. Thank you, Bob. Yes, as we integrate into our new way of being. So our blessing for the children, this is the same. The blessing for the beautiful children in the world, the children in our lives, and our very own dear inner child. I invite you to affirm with me. We love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. All right, so you can take a seat for a moment. As we take a quiet moment and bring to our awareness anything that we want to surrender over to prayer. So sometimes those worries in our mind can overtake us. So this is our opportunity to just take that and put it into prayer, because we know that turning it over to Spirit opens the way for abundant blessings to unfold. So if you're here in person, you can write it down on the piece of paper and put it into our prayer box. If you are online, you can go to our website and put a prayer in through the website. And you can also send it to prayer@unityofcalgary.org is another way. Of course, Unity Worldwide has the silent prayer line, which you can access 1-800-NOW-PRAY. We also hold in love the other Unity communities across Canada who are bringing the same message of love and spiritual awakening. In this month in particular, we're holding in love Unity Winnipeg and Unity Christ Center of Truth in Etobicoke. We see them having the love and the support they need to continue cultivating the consciousness and bringing the message of unity across our country. So I invite you to take a breath in, and together we will say our prayer of protection out loud. The light that is God surrounds me. I am the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am the love. The power that is God protects me. I am the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well, and so it is. Amen. And I invite you to stand, and together we will sing This Little Light of Mine.
Before we get started on that, we're just going to say hello, big hello to the folks out there at home, Flo, Lorraine, Shona, Sherry, Adele, Wayne, Verna, Sonia, all the way from San Jose, and Ghislaine, bienvenue from Quebec. Woo! You can square dance to this one if you want. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Here we go. I'm the light of God, and I get to shine. I'm the light of God, and I get to shine. I'm the light of God, and I get to shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Let it
All right, and as you go out into your week, I invite you to let your light shine. Big thank you to Reverend Doug Craig, to Vivian and the band. We're going to end by sending a wave of light out into the world. So I invite you to create a circle around the outside, and together we will sing, Let There Be Peace on Earth.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. take each moment to live each